Hello, Forecaster here again with Lizzie. Once again, we are back for episode 7 of the Factorio Let's Play. And we've cleared away the trees using the power of explosives, namely grenades, as evident by these nice craters here. And I'm going to set up a bit of a station here so that we can start directing components down here for shipment out. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have a bunch of depots separated by a bit of space, and it looks like we can fit, I mean, I guess I could have them a little tighter. I can probably fit one in here as well. So we'll have a few of these, and we'll use these to load up certain items into different trains. And we can use one train to ship multiple items, of course. Generally items that are similar, like circuits. And we'll have one train for plates. So there we go, and then we'll put down some stations. Let's see, I have one on me. Need like 4. So I'm going to make approximately 4. And then put one on each. What do we want for a standard naming scheme? Concerning station names? Like, for example,
sure.
should we have a prefix for all of the stations in the main base, and then have a prefix for each outpost? And what should they be?
Yeah, I mean, the main base will probably be, yeah, like we could just sort of just name it, or have it start with MB or other things. Yeah, right, start with MB or ME for like make everything. So anything which doesn't have a specialist outpost is sort of made here. So like the one-off bits we made here and stuff.
Yeah. And then I'll just have some power going down here. Whoops. Did not need that many blueprints. It's a little annoying that the blueprints don't follow the auto spacing thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then I meant to place down some lights, which means I need to make some lamps. And then I guess I need to direct.
So are these going to be loading stations or unloading stations, or what are we doing with these?
Loading. We're going to have. I'm going to use this top one. Going to direct the plates, so iron, copper, and steel, here, and load a train with those. And then we're going to have that train go to stations that need those resources.
Okay.
And then I guess we should move, like, the belt and the inserter production to a couple of modules. We'll need to ship
I mean,
iron plates and
belt
such
and
to those.
inserter production currently is for science, so that will go to wherever we start making green science.
Yeah. But I
We'll
mean, we could
relocate
we'll just leave this stuff as it is and build. We don't need to actually move anything. We'll just make an outpost that makes inserters and belts. Or we'll make one outpost that makes inserters and then make higher tiers of inserters eventually, and then we'll make one that makes belts and higher tiers of belts eventually, and then we can make one that makes science packs, and then we can eventually dismantle the setup in the main base and put something
Yeah.
else there. We don't need to literally move the stuff. Okay, so I'm going to divert some... Oh wait, I'm going to put down some lights next to these power poles first.
Oh.
So that we have some light in the darkness. These power poles may not be the optimal positions for the loading stations, but
We can always fix that.
that can be adjusted. So I'm going to make... I need a tunnel. I need to make a few gaps here. Oh. Yeah, I guess that'll work. We can just... Yeah, I guess we don't need this anymore, any of this planned stuff. Do blueprints not decay anymore? Or is that just auto-created blueprints? I don't actually remember how that worked.
Blueprints don't decay anymore. I don't think they've decayed since 0.14. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
So have copper coming. Do you have 4 lines of iron or just 2? Because what size train are we going to have? Is it like 2 or 1 for 1? So I think the 1 for 1's actually going to fit in here.
We'll...
Because if you hover over the train station, you'll see like a spacing of it, and I'm not sure if you do a 1-3-1, it will probably fit in here just about. If you do a 1-4-1, we're gonna have to expand it out a bit.
I don't know. Well, I got an achievement. Where are the cargo wagons? Oh, they require steel. I don't remember if they used to do that. Probably did. Yeah, I'm not sure how we want to do. I think we want 1 car per resource, so we want 1 full of iron, 1 full of copper, and 1 full of steel.
Are you going to want to have sort of mixed trains then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because the only problem with mixed trains is we're going to need to somehow make sure that the trains don't get flipped around. Because otherwise unloading stations end up unloading the wrong resource.
Well,
unless we have them all going to the sort of central storage and then filter out from there.
Well, if they always... if we always have end stations like this, they won't get turned around. We can't have a station where a train comes in and then keeps going in the same direction to leave. Then it will be wrong. Because if they always flip, they will always come in the same direction.
I suppose.
I think.
Probably. So these 4 stations are all going to be the same setup, or?
No, we're going to have different resources. Like, we're going to have some stuff, like oil-based stuff, that is only going to be produced here.
Oh, okay.
So plastics, we'll have 1 train for plastics, for example. And then we'll have other production elsewhere. So that's why I made multiple stations. And then we're going to need to make, for example, electric engine units here. Because they require lubricant. mean, I guess it would probably actually be better to ship out lubricant. So there would be one station for that with fluid station. But yeah. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I need to do refueling. I guess we'll use solid fuel. Or do I want to set up some logic so it can switch if needed? I guess the coal line, it will cross the coal line anyway, so I could have half and half. And then have it use both. So let's do that. Let's make a splitter.
Also automated, or finished automating, as was like the episode, the train and normal signals.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's split off the solid fuel. And then we'll have that come down here. And we'll have a tunnel across the coal line. And then one across this path. So it looks nicer, pretty much. Actually, to stop that, we'll have one across there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the coal and solid fuel. So put in another splitter here to split off coal. And then I'll have a combined line with half and half. Goes to the trains. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pass by the copper smelting setup, which had coal in it already, but this is a half and half line of solid fuel and coal anyway, so needed to be special. And then we'll have this go down here and then split off to each station. Should I let it... It picks from the closest one first, right?
Inserters, if place like this, they will...
That should pick
Which I'm
coal
entirely
first,
sure.
I think.
Yeah.
Although, if the train already has coal in it, it will keep feeding it coal. So...
Yeah. I'm not sure if it will try, the inserters will try and finish the stack, or it'll just add into it. But if, so say this train has like coal in each slot, it will only accept coal now, and
Yeah. So what I'm
stuff.
thinking is I probably want to prevent coal, like I'm doing with the power system. I want to keep coal from getting in unless there is no solid fuel coming in. Which means I probably want to combine these down here, which is going to be a bit trickier. Well, it's going to require having two lines coming down here and then combine them here. I guess... Oh. Looks like it took quite a bit out of our solid fuel supply. The production of that isn't the fastest.
I think they're still keeping up for the amount of electricity we're using.
Yeah, it's going to backlog again eventually. It just took a lot out of it to fill.
Not the fastest thing in the world.
No. I guess I'll have both of these come down to the train station, train terminal, and then combine them there, and then I can block the coal. Just like I do with the power station.
I'm gonna make some changes to the solid fuel area for a sec.
Okay, I guess. What changes?
I'm just gonna double up the stuff, which makes it double up on the chemical plants.
Okay. That's fine. We could probably do with some more of that. Okay, so now we have separate lines for coal and solid fuel all the way down here. Just going to suck up the coal off this line. So it's just solid fuel. Mostly. I picked up all the solid fuel. I'm going to run over to the output over here. And
Yes.
I'm going to put this solid fuel into these chemical plants, so that will output and then
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I put a bunch of solid fuel into them that I picked up, so it will put it on the, so I don't have to put it on the belts manually, because that's annoying.
Okay. I was going to double up the chemical plant production, or chemical plants to do production, but they're going to leave it for a bit, see if these two tanks end up getting more and stuff, and then increasing it then.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll put the logic here. So let's put a pole next to it here. Then we're going to disconnect that from the power. And I'm going to put a line to the solid fuel. And then we're going to read belt contents, turn off the enabler disable, and then hold. So now we send the contents of the belts to the logic network it's connected to. And then on the coal, we're going to have an enable condition that is, we need, let's see, more than one. It doesn't tell me if, no, it's that's less than, right?
Hmm?
If it's gaping to the left, that's greater than, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should be correct.
So if
So now, oh
no, you want it to be less than.
yeah.
So
now
solid
the,
fuel's less than one, then it will do stuff.
okay, so now it's blocking the coal, But then if this stops getting... I mean, actually, how did I do that? Because if this has a gap...
Let's see.
I don't remember how I solved that in the power.
You did it if solid fuel equals 0, then it enables a coal.
Yeah, and then I have 2 readers, so there's a bigger reader area. I guess that will do. So we'll extend this a bit. I mean, you can hook them up like that. And then we'll have the read hold on all of these. It's not a big area, but it'll do. Okay, so then after this point, we can combine these into one belt. And I need to... Can I have some more belts?
I'm currently using all mine to craft fed belt.
Okay. I'll just run up and get some myself then. So then I'm going to combine the belts into one and then split that to each station so that we can refuel the locomotives. And I'm actually going to do that on this side and not the side that we're loading the resources on. So we're going to have a line underneath because we need to reach this train on the far end as well. Because both of them need to be refueled. It's probably a good idea. And then we can have this. I just need one combinator after the
Yeah, but it's crafted.
after the
Any more iron?
logic bit. Oh. Oh, there's a bunch of coal in here. Did you put coal in one of the locomotives?
Yes. Oh, I put one. Use that front one. I put one in each slot.
Yeah, thought so. I'll put power poles along here like this, which will also power the loading ones on the other side, which is convenient. And then this can stop at the... Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, right. Coal's coming through now because of the...
Solid fuel in it, yeah.
Because the gap, there's not enough solid fuel. So I'm going to stop the coal from coming through for now. Until there's a backlog of
okay.
solid fuel.
Yeah. I need to redo this plants up again. Because I didn't realise that the chemical plants... Ow! I'm an idiot. And the chemical plants ran the wrong way.
What?
I was like, why aren't they accepting liquids? Normally this works. And it's like, oh, because they've got the inputs we're trying to take from the top and not the bottom. So they weren't even taken from the tank setup.
Well, that probably helps. Alright. I might as well do all of these stations refueling right away so we don't have to worry about that later. And another splitter.
Oops.
And then this power pole ended up in a pretty bad location. So going to have to readjust that. Put there, I guess. Power this section. And then finally, run out of power poles again. Okay. And then the last bit of belts, which I guess doesn't need the splitter. The final one. And I can actually cut them off about the same. There. Okay. So now the refueling is set up. I guess I can add all the inserters as well. I mean, this station kind of assumes that we have the same. That we have the trains are have 3 carts and 2 locomotives. Although I guess if they have just 1 locomotive, actually they need 2 locomotives, otherwise they won't be able to get out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. I mean, for now, that'll work fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think it will be fine for the resource ones.
Yeah. I mean, in the future, we can always sort of upgrade it because okay, I'm not naming the stations yet. But when we get around to having or needing bigger trains, we can always just send them to sort of newer station names, and then once we've migrated over, we can get rid of the old ones.
Yeah. Okay, so we can name this top one MB dash iron, copper, and steel. Pretty straightforward, I think.
Yep.
And then I guess we're having them in the order they are coming down.
Yeah.
So steel, copper, iron.
Yeah. Probably best. Damn it, I'm out of yellow belt again.
I have a few.
Damn it.
Not a lot, though. Little patch of fast belts.
That's all I had on me. Yeah. At some point, I'm planning to sort of upgrade this entire section to red belt.
Yeah. Now it's uniform. And then I guess we'll have a similar thing here, but for steel.
A similar setup for iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's we're going to end the episode here because we reached the 30-minute mark. And I guess in the next one we'll be setting up the first outpost, probably. Actually, we don't need the splitter. Oh wait, yes we do. I was going to say that we don't need the splitter on the steel line because it's only one belt, but we still need to split. What you call it? Split between the two sides and the bottom. I'm just going to hook up the steel line as steel loading as well before ending the episode.
Okay, I also set up some gears over here. Just stockpiling some of them so we don't have to keep pocket crafting them.
Okay.
Or at least I don't have to keep pocket crafting them, crafting loads of belts.
Right, so there's the steel. It's going to be start loading in a bit. Iron and copper carts are almost full. And then we have a fully loaded train with nowhere to go, which has some coal in it. This has coal as well, of course. Okay. Now solid fuel is being loaded. And steel is being loaded. So, there we're going to end the episode. And we'll see you in the next one.